We're here, we're just muted.
Okay.
Rastana, can we start?
And drag it out a bit. Oh, sorry. Hello.
Hello?
So like start and drag it out a bit until you join, or I still can't
No,
see
no.
you.
Oh, it's a transition. Whenever y'all are ready, we can transition
Okay,
in.
alright. Yeah, sure. I can see.
Okay.
Recording in progress.
What is it?
Noted.
No,
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 No.
no.
Yeah, that's
No.
the kicker.
that's a no.
But
Because they can hear her.
Hello.
hey,
There's a lot of no going on, but I don't know what that means.
Maybe we can point the speakers away from the microphone. And like I can turn down the threshold maybe?
I need to be able to hear the questions.
No. Okay, guys.
Damn, okay.
Please bear with. We're gonna have a little bit of technical difficulties because we're trying to stream this on YouTube.
So hang on.
Yeah.
The microphone is so sensitive. I think.
Yeah, I can
it
turn
will-
down the sensitivity.
I will. I don't. Okay, so Brad, grab
Yeah,
that
let's
one.
do that.
Yeah, we cannot use the headphones. He's not gonna do it.
This cables on.
Yeah, this cannot go here.
You gotta go under. Okay, I see. Okay, there you go.
We can try to push it here, but they will not be able to hear us. We need to hear her voice, and they need
So
to hear
we can
her
turn
voice.
up the volume up on here. Okay, try now, Frosty.
Hello.
Hello. See if is that better? I'm gonna turn the threshold down.
We need to hear.
Oh no, for the microphone. So it's not as sensitive. All right, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Yeah. Come
What about
see
that?
you.
What about now, Frosty? Can you push it back a little bit more? Hello, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
What about now? Frosty? Hear it? Okay, can you just say a sentence, like just like a couple sentences?
Hi everyone. Welcome to the webinar.
Better? Okay.
Okay, we need to start.
Yeah,
We need to
start.
start.
Okay,
We need to start.
we're just-
Even
we're
if
just-
there is feedback on YouTube, we need to start.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. We'll keep, I'm gonna listen to it on YouTube. Over here.
Even if there is a feedback, it's fine.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, did you bring the
I'm
phone?
hearing a lot of
Okay.
stuff.
so
I don't
nice.
know if you guys in the chat can hear what I'm hearing. You
Ah.
probably can only hear me.
Sorry, it's behind the scenes stuff.
It's behind the scenes stuff. Okay, let's
Yeah.
go.
A peek behind
How
the
do we
curtain.
start this?
We're starting now. Put them live.
Yeah.
Build it for you.
Hey!
Hey, hello.
Hey!
Hello, how are
We're
you?
here.
We're here.
Hi everyone. Ooh, look at that. What a beautiful room.
Isn't it? It's the
Right,
new improved
So much
office.
decoration.
We did our best. We didn't do
Such
actually anything.
beautiful
The kids did it.
overlord.
Yeah,
Welcome everyone. Hi. How are you?
we're good.
Okay, no worries. You're not figuring it out.
I can see the overwhelm on Ilona.
All right. This is weird and unusual, but
What are
we'll
we
do our
doing
best.
now?
Okay. So where's the chat on this?
Oh, so
just go to
the
Okay.
A little bit
Where?
more technical
On
difficulty,
the
guys.
browser,
Just
I'll
thank you for your
read on the screen.
patience.
Okay. Okay. You can.
Here you go.
All right.
Honey, we're not doing this again.
Here you go.
Okay. I need you to
There we
sit
go.
down and play ball, Mr. Gordon.
Okay, well, when
Here,
you're
we're good.
ready.
We are
when you're
ready.
set, let
No,
me
don't
know.
leave the.
Oh, they can see half of each of you.
Fantastic.
I can see both of you. I know Gordon's going to be very happy about only half of him being
Only
present.
half of us being here. Okay, come sit down.
There you go.
Usually we don't have
Please.
technical difficulties, but we're trying to be very clever now and stream this live on YouTube. There should be links going on the blog and on Facebook, straight to the YouTube streaming.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
All right.
Okay.
We are here. We have the chat. Yay!
Yay. Okay.
Okay,
Brilliant.
we're all good. Let's go.
Right. How are you?
Still
How's the shop
alive.
treating you?
The ocean. The shop.
Better than expected.
Yeah.
Slightly overwhelming.
It was insane when we left today to come to the appearance. We had 1,200 orders. It is crazy.
Yeah, it's probably a good time to say some of the stuff has been sold out, but they're restocking.
Yes.
So-
And we unfortunately have no control over it, like when it will be in stock or anything. But I think the poor German vendor was like, we sold out, we restocked, we sold out, we restocked, we sold out. I was like, okay.
But we're gonna do our absolute best to make sure everybody gets all their stuff.
Yep.
Ilona was very, very cute. She's like, oh, I'm going to keep it open for a week, you know, so that everyone gets it. It was like one of those Kate moments where like, I'm not going to be a bleeding heart again. It's like, that's very cute. Like, you're not going to run out of merch after the first day.
We didn't think so.
The intention
honestly.
was really sweet.
You know, and I actually I was talking to Rasana before this, and I was like, so many orders, it's gonna take forever to process.
I bet you froze.
No, we're okay.
Okay.
And basically, you know, it was, hey, maybe I should shut it down for a little bit, and she was like,
No, even I said no. Our daughter said no, that's a terrible
No, on the
idea.
first day. Okay, well, we're here. I think everyone's here. We're getting a lot of messages from everywhere in the world. I love seeing it go by. So thank you so much for Magic Clams. I'm pretty sure it's a huge success by now, and everybody knows about it. I don't know why I get so surprised every single time, but this time it feels like really major. And I just want to ask the first question to put everyone at ease so that we can all focus. Will there be Wilmington Years 3?
Yes.
Are we going to get another one?
Yes.
There you go. So there will be another book. Are we ready to go into Blood Air or kind of timeline, or will it be set before Blood Air?
No, this is before Blood Air.
All of it.
Yeah, this is before Blood Air. We're talking about maybe time frame of less than a year from the last one.
Okay.
How does it fit with Blood Air 2?
Blood Air 2 is after Blood Air 1, so... Okay, you're
Oh,
just
okay.
pulling my leg now.
No, I have no
He's been doing
idea.
it all
I don't
day.
know.
He's taking advantage of the fact that I'm super frazzled, so pardon me. So yes, like...
What? I just asked a question, man.
So, so to recap for everyone, the Wilmington years so far, Magic Tides and Magic Claims, happened about 2 years before Blood Air, and this next one, you're thinking maybe a year before Blood Air.
No. It will be basically a few months after the events of the Magic Clams. Yeah, I can't. It's Magic Clams.
No,
The other one is
no.
Magic
It
Thighs.
just doesn't sound right
So
anymore.
Magic Thighs and Magic Clamps. You know, it's like what? So it will be a few months, hopefully, after the events of Magic Clams. And I said clams again.
Claims? Are you...
Wait.
There
It
you
just
go.
rolls up the tongue.
I'm tired. I'm sorry. So yeah, we have. Here's what the problem is. We have like a super cool scene that we know will happen in that novella, and that's all we have at this point. It just hasn't cooked enough yet to where we haven't figured out sort of what we're going to do with it. So we're gonna let it percolate.
Oh,
I see, and you kind of
wow.
went into my next question, whether it's going to be a novella or a novel.
Are you honestly asking me that question? Like,
Well, you always complain that I show no respect when I tease you about your specialty, the short story.
Oh.
short stories, yes. You
got Momo.
important. Oh, here's best friend Mona. She's a guest today
Mona.
with us.
Special guest star Mona.
Right.
I know.
How did you come
Jesus.
up with the idea for the Wilmington Years series,
Oh my
and with the
goodness.
setting really, with North Carolina?
Oh, well, I mean, it's a place we've never been, either of us. But we sort of idealize, like, I grew up in the other part of North Carolina, on the other end of the state. And I've weirdly never been to the Outer Banks, never been to Wilmington. It seemed like a really, compared to Atlanta, actual Atlanta and post-apocalyptic Atlanta, it seemed like a quiet place for them to get their happy ever after.
Yeah. You know, it's just the way the first one happened was we were very tired after sweep of the heart, and you know, I just sort of started pottering, and it kind of grew from there. So there was, you know, people always ask, where did you get your inspiration from? And you know, we never have a good, reasonable answer for that. Like, we just don't.
I attribute it to rampant plagiarism.
Yes,
We just steal things.
we just steal things from everyone.
You rub the serial numbers off just so you know you can get away with it, and you're good to go.
Yep.
That's actually a very smooth transition into the many, many laugh out loud moments that we have in Magic Claims, which is it's very difficult to find a favorite from all the VDH has been writing in. But I think definitely the vampire teapot, the I've been surprised in the shower.
And that was all you. That was you. You know, that might have been your first idea for Magic Claims. No, seriously, her first idea for Magic Claims. I think she just had a scene where Kate was using a vampire to pantomime. If I'm not completely crazy.
Yes, it was like I was going to write to that point and I had nothing else. It's funny because they're so monstrous, you know, and they're so scary, and Barrett is so tragically full of himself. Oh my goodness, that man! Like, it's so hard to be the smartest man in the room. So
Always.
hard.
So
He
mad.
suffers.
He's so furious.
Surrounded by fools.
Yes.
And I remember you saying in the previous chat that kind of that contained sort of aggression that Tom Hardy has. So that's all I
Yeah.
could imagine.
Yes.
Like a Tom Hardy, like
Well, you can just picture
seething.
Tom Hardy walking in going,
Yeah, do you remember there was a really good movie he was in with he played both parts, but he was the Cray brothers.
Yeah, the
And
legend,
he played the one Cray brother, well, both really well, but the one that was like
very
contained,
violent.
yeah, very violent,
Yeah,
but
very
contained
violent.
a lot of his.
That's all I can imagine now when I read Barrett. And of
Yeah.
course, are we going to see Kate as Claudia foresees? Are we going to see Kate like really continue to mess with him?
Yes, that's what the third part of the third. So we haven't gotten the detail yet, but the gist of the third one is that the mayor of Wilmington comes to them and he's like, okay, so you're a power. I recognize that you're a power. You know, I don't care what you do here. That's your thing. You own the land. You know, whatever you want to do. But I need to know: are you? If there's an emergency, are you going to help Wilmington? And of course, they say yes. We will help Wilmington to be neighborly, because like, what's his name brings him the mayor. You know. Ned
yeah.
brings the mayor. And so it's like, okay, well, we'll be very neighborly. And he's like, okay, oh, great. We're having an emergency. We need your help. And so that kind of, you know, because Wilmington is having an emergency, Barrett kind of gets roped into it with his vampires and he doesn't want to do it. And so, you know, it kind of gets from there. So there's a lot more interaction. And we see a couple of people from Atlanta in that, like the couple of people with a capital P, you know, the necromancers.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, they come down and they do their thing.
Up.
And come up. Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep thinking of Wilmington down because where
No,
we
no,
used to live in North Carolina, Wilmington was southeast, you know what I mean? And so I'm perpetually stuck in that. But yeah, we have the funnies, we just don't have the plot.
Yeah, we know there's going to be a big monster, and I don't know how spoilery I can get for it.
Probably not very spoilery. It's so
So I can't tell you that she
vague.
takes. Yeah, very vague. Like she takes every vampire from Barrett.
Okay,
from
I
the
love
islands.
you need
Oh.
to please stop.
Okay,
Oh,
that's probably.
yes.
Is that,
You
oh,
are doing
was
this
that not
on
vague
purpose.
enough?
You are doing this on purpose. On purpose.
So I got excited when you said that people from Atlanta will come visit because, of course, we love a lot of moments in Magic Clans. But Luther, Luther
yes.
appeared in all caps in all the comments.
Yes.
We love this and this and this, but Luther came.
He had like 10 seconds in the entire novel.
But you know, he gets a bit of everything. He gets a bit of Blood Air. He gets a bit of the original series.
Yes.
You know, I'm surprised. If we do Iron and Magic, he needs to show up in the second Iron and Magic.
Well, of course he shows up in the second Iron Magic. That's, you know, how could you keep him out of that?
Yeah, he's like the thread that holds it all together.
Yeah. It's actually secretly a story of Luther and everything.
Yeah.
You know, he's the main character.
Yeah.
I remember there was a theory that Luther is married to Lorna Sterling, the romance author that
That's not a bad
Andrea
theory.
loves.
We might steal that.
Yeah.
And then you said like, nah, actually, Luther is maybe the romance author.
Oh.
One romance author you know very well. Oh yeah, the questions about Luther, because that's where I was going. We love Luther's appearance, and the question is, he's clearly seeing things that we're so jealous we can't go follow him and see with him. Is he going to move with them at the new keep to study everything?
We haven't decided yet.
He would have to take a sabbatical
Yes.
to where he just tells him, "Look, I'm gonna do this for a bit," and I think he's respected enough that if he wanted to do that.
Yeah, if he
Could.
wanted to, well, who could stop him? You know, he goes on about it, and I don't remember which book it is. It wasn't a book. You know, it was one of the interviews that we did.
Yeah.
With on Friday, one of the free days, and so he's on about it, and he's like, yes, and you know, I'm such a problem for the Mage College because I am so famous and yes, respected, and yet they hate me so very much. You know, so I think Luther is just fun to play with. So I'm
Yeah, I
sure he'll
wouldn't
show
see-
up.
Yeah, I mean, if he felt like it was worth his time, or he just honestly, like you said, if he wanted to do it, who would stop him?
Yes.
Because we know he's back in Atlanta for Blood Air, like that
Yeah.
Julie meets with him and he recognizes her. Going a bit again into Blood Air, because of course the Wilmington books are very much a prep, right, for Blood Air 2, for all that's going to develop in Blood Air 2. We see a little bit, well, we don't see him, but we hear from him, from Damien Angevin. So will he have a bigger role? Are we going to learn a bit more about how Kate and Curran develop the new pack and how they kind of collaborate with the Order and how much they let the Order know?
That's Blood Air 2.
Okay.
So one of the things that happens in the Blood Air 2 is there is kind of confluence of powers in Atlanta. And yes, Damien Angevin does show up in person.
Ooh.
And so, you know, and it's very fun because it is kind of, you know, in the roundabout way, it will be interesting because of the friends that, oh God, I'm trying to dance around the spoiler so hard.
Oh man, tell me. You can tell us. It's just friends here. You can speak your mind.
I'm gonna laugh too hard and smudge my makeup and then
It's
I'll look
fine.
like a clown on TV. Stop. Anyway, what was I on about? I let's move on. I'm not
Okay. Too many spoilers there.
Yeah.
I accidentally touched a spoiler thread. So what's going to happen now with the fort that we saw in Magic Tides? Are they going to keep it as kind of a
The
holiday
sea one?
home? Is Conlon still going to his extra special school?
So the Fort Cure, right?
Yeah.
Curie. It's actually Curie. Fort Curie is still going to be some residence. And when people from Atlanta come, it's kind of comical because it's like, oh crap, so and so is coming. So it's like they move back to it real quick, you know, for the duration of the visit, right? And they're like, hi. Yes,
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it would be
amazing.
considered like the official residence. They don't really want a whole lot of people to know, especially
Right.
people in the South, to know about the new place. So Fort Curie it serves two purposes. It's like an official thing, and it's also still a really nice, I mean, who wouldn't want a beach house?
Well, yeah.
You know, he's got a house in the forest, he's got a house on the beach.
We've heard that there's a petition for Curran to have a moat.
Yes.
So
Let the man have a
if
moat.
it gets enough signatures, we'll give him one.
At Curie?
No, at the Fort.
It's gonna have to be at the other one. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
the Curie,
there-
there's no way. He
Like-
tried to get the moat, right? He's like, let's give him a moat. And I was like, they're on the beach at Willow Road. He's like, no, we can do this.
No.
I was like, no, we really, really can't.
So there are a lot of questions like, but why doesn't X know about the new pack? Why doesn't Y know about everyone in Atlanta, in specifically the alphas, right, of Jim's pack? They are being kept in the dark on
As
purpose.
much as possible.
As
So,
much as
like, okay,
possible.
Mayhem doesn't know, but George and Eduardo do.
Right? What about Andrea and Raphael?
They don't know for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Because
best they
just-
don't.
See, the problem is, as soon as Andrea and Raphael find out what's going on, they're gonna stop maneuvering Ascanio forward, and then there'll be a question: why did this happen? You see what I'm saying? They were all in, and it's suddenly we have a very abrupt change of political direction. Why? You know, what do they know that we don't? And so, but like, okay, obviously the Alpha of Clan Cat knows. We really had fun writing his character. He's an amazing guy. You know, so he knows. Probably some other alphas will end up finding out down the road, but majority of them will be really surprised. We're talking about like bomb, like going off.
Yeah, the thing is, like, when all of this happens, when the bomb goes off, and it will, don't give them time to think about it.
No.
Offer a solution. Boom. Don't, like, take it or leave it. This is what's on the table.
Drop it like Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's just, it's so fractious, the Atlanta pack, and it's too big, and there's too many people, so it's best that as few people know about this
As possible.
as possible. So when the thing happens, it's like, here's how to fix it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you know,
'Cause
oh, go ahead.
there were a lot of theories about, a lot of sort of shifts in affection from everyone being against Ascanio in Blood Air. Like, why is Ascanio doing that? Why did he turn back into a douchebag? Well, we finally find out what is behind Ascanio's behavior. And of course, it's a really good motive, and he's not an asshole at all in Blood Air.
No,
No, he's not.
He's doing what the clan is asking him to do.
Exactly.
He's basically trying to position himself, and it also the Ascanio doesn't get enough credit. So let's look at the situation. Julie left, Derek left. Who is rescuing poor Conlon that's drowning in the basically salt marshes by Savannah? Well, it's Ascanio. Who gets his leg broken? It's Ascanio. He is basically filling in all of those roles that kind of that up and coming generation used to take on. And so
It is about the generation. It's about him stepping up. And he can honestly say, like, well, you guys split. I stayed.
Yeah.
Somebody has to basically stay and make sure things work. And he is looking out for basically his clan.
His clan. Loyalty is incredibly important for Ascanio. He was taken in. Remember, he was in a very terrible cult-like basically environment. He was taken in by the clan, by the Buddha clan. They raised him. They took care of him. This is where he learned what his role models are, and the respect of the pack, the belonging, all of those are incredibly powerful motivators for him to do what he
And
does.
all the lessons he learned from Kate, he did not forget that. He is Kate.
Responsibility,
Almost as much like
take
Derek
care
with
of your
Kate.
people, make sure basically that you're there in the time of need. All those Ascanio's lessons, Kate's lessons stuck.
If the Atlanta pack were to implode, he needs to get the best deal he can for his clan.
Yeah.
Like, because that's when, the danger of that to me, when I think about it, is all of the old grudges and rivalries popping up, and like kind of for that short amount of time, anything is basically
Anything goes.
permitted. Yeah, anything goes. Yeah. Who's gonna basically bear the brunt of that?
And then all the villainy that was projected onto Ascanio during the first reading of Blood Air has kind of now shifted to Jim. And the theories against Ascanio, around Ascanio, were that, Ascanio knows everything about the new pack, and Ascanio's behavior is all to kind of detract attention from what Kate and Curran are doing, but
No,
he doesn't
no, he
actually.
doesn't.
No.
He
Yeah,
does.
it's a cool theory, but it's not.
But we're not going to abandon Ascanio. Ascanio
Yeah.
will have a place in the new pack, so it's not. He doesn't
And a happy
die.
ending.
I have seen this. He doesn't die.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes.
Didn't we want to put him in a scene in Iron and Magic 2?
I don't remember now.
I think he
I
was
know
supposed to have.
Julie's in Iron and Magic.
Yeah,
too.
but I think for some reason I think there was a.
He was in Iron Magic 1 when he
He
came to
wasn't,
pick up
yeah.
the shapeshifter, but I don't.
Yeah, for some reason I thought he had a bit of Iron and
I
Magic
don't know.
2.
I would have to look at our notes.
Also, just real quick, somebody wished me a fellow Army veteran wished me happy birthday. It's for the Army birthday. So
Aw.
thank you.
Happy birthday, Army.
Yeah, it's cool. They gave me money and a place to sleep. They paid me.
And your wife worried every day.
I know.
So yes, is Jim a villain? Is Jim doing
No.
his
No,
best?
no. Jim is just a damaged man who is trying to be a hero. Okay, if everybody was playing D&D, right? Jim would be the paladin. Like, that's his class. That's what appeals to him. That's what he wants to be. So he's trying to do it the best he can. But unfortunately, like Curran says in Magic Claims, he wasn't given the best framework to do what he really wants to do. His heart is in the right place. He's very damaged by the fact that his father was viewed by many people as a criminal. He's trying to do his absolute best. So no, he's not a villain. He
No.
will not be killed. He will not be
Oh
murdered.
gosh, no. We're not going to do this whole thing where it's like Jim is the bad guy, meets his just desserts, or
No,
whatever.
it will be
That's not gonna
completely
be-
different. We know what happens. Trust me, you'll be happy with
The
it.
thing is, he wanted the job, and then he had the job, and he probably, in my mind, because I'm Team Curran, he figured out it's not as much fun a job as he thought.
As he thought. Some part of him probably thought he could do it better.
Yeah, oh,
because
no, he
he's
definitely
incredibly
did.
smart. Incredibly
Yeah.
smart. Like, he's probably smarter than Curran. But the thing is, like, smarts are not always enough. You have to have that very kind of almost instinctual understanding of how social interactions in the pack work. And he doesn't always quite grok it. He doesn't understand it always.
Okay. I want to ask something, like probably the number one question, but I think it's a spoiler.
Oh, there we go.
So, Gordon, this is
Throw
for
it at
you.
me. I'm ready. I'm
This is for
good.
you.
I'm ready to cover the mouth.
Oh no.
Who is the cousin? My
Oh my
cousin. How come
Who
he
do you
is the
think the
cousin?
It's you, Dumbray.
What?
It's you, Dumbray. Think of who tried to
Wasn't
kill her.
you more Kate's brother?
No.
He's the cousin.
Define cousin. It would be same grandparents, the child of, yes, someone the same brother from another mother. Kind of?
Kind
yes.
of?
Yes.
Kind of?
Yeah.
Ruth has the right of it.
Someone who we know and has said when they first appeared that they had mostly sons who were mostly soldiers, who were mostly
Very
not
large
very-
and dark haired.
And not often bright,
Not
except
often
that
bright, yeah.
there is an exception, an exceptionally
There's
bright.
an exception, yes. But mostly, very strong,
Yes. Very charismatic. But
very
maybe not,
charismatic, yes.
And when you think about a certain person who knew that and still did what they did,
yeah.
that is a villainous, shitty thing.
Yes.
Yes.
So think about that. Wait for Blood Air 2. All things will be revealed. I mean, not Blood Air 2. Iron and Magic 2.
Iron Magic too.
Yeah, and wrong
But
sequel.
It all
Also, guys,
weirdly kind of has
Yeah.
to
Someone said like,
together.
oh, it's a mistake. It's a retcon. It's a
No.
like, magic
No,
trial
no,
not
no.
published in
Okay. We're not
No,
retconning
we're
it.
not retconning
Read
it.
the final scene in Magic Triumph.
You have to look at the prologue of Iron and Magic, right? And ask
Yeah.
yourself, how did Roland know where to go? How
Yeah.
did he know that there will be a child like that there?
Yeah. So since we mentioned Iron and Magic 2 and Blood Air 2. You know what's coming. You know the question.
Oh,
What?
When can we expect them?
no.
Ah, I'll be honest with you guys.
No.
No. Listen, I'll be honest with you guys. We're working on something right now that I'm not going to spoiler out of respect. I really like it. And, you know, after that, we'll probably do Wilmington 3, don't you think?
Yeah, it will probably be Wilmington 3. We are going to try our best to kind of finish this project by fall or mid-fall. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
we will try to aim for Kate 3. Now, we cannot necessarily promise you the Christmas release on that.
We're going to try.
We're gonna try, but you know, last time with Magic Tides, we were like, so you know, our agency, Nyla, right? They take care of most of the technical side of the publishing. They coordinate the audio readers. They get all of this stuff together, and all of that stuff is very labor intensive. And so last time with Magic Tides, we just kind of threw it at them and said, please publish it tomorrow, basically. And they did it.
Yeah, but it
we
wasn't a
felt
very nice-
bad.
yeah, we should have.
Yeah,
That was-
we sent them booze and flowers.
Yeah.
Because yeah, we really like you. Okay, you can't just monopolize an agency and say, hey, you know, put everybody else's needs aside. Do this for me right now, right this second. That's not cool. So we're not going to do that ever again. And if that means that you guys gonna have to wait a couple of extra months for the third Kate, well, that's what it will be.
But that, well, yeah, I can't guarantee a release, but I can guess that we're gonna finish what we're working on and then go back
Yes,
and try to do.
and
So yeah, but I can't say when stuff will be published or even when stuff will be done. I just know what we're probably going to work on.
yes, we'll definitely be working on it, and you guys will get the snippets, and you'll kind of be able to tell what we're doing. We're not announcing is. I swear, like, okay, so, you know, it's the release day for Magic Claims, right? And I'm on Facebook, and I'm trying to parse basically different comments because people are like, I cannot order it in Canada, you know. So I'm trying my best to kind of figure out, is there issues, what's going on, right? And this person is like, hey, when is the next Innkeeper book coming out? And I'm
Oh
like,
gosh.
damn it!
I
You
hadn't
already
even
had
thought of
one.
that,
You just
yeah.
had one not that long ago. Do you see me
Oh.
trying to like kind of get this
Yeah.
release situated? So
Yeah, man, I didn't even think about the Innkeeper.
yeah.
Like it's out of my tiny brain. But I will take this opportunity to say, shipping is really high in Canada, guys, for the store.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I
And
absolutely
then,
apologize for that.
Yeah,
we
there's
really have no
nothing
control over
we
it.
can do. We've looked at that today, and I actually sat there and I was like, maybe the calculator is recalculating the currency incorrectly. No, they're just, the Canadian vendors are just jacking up the shipping to ridiculous levels. I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah, but I just wanted, like, while we have everybody, or
Yeah.
whoever is here, to say, hey, sorry about the Canadian shipping. It's not us. We lowered the price as much as we could. Really?
I would guess in some cases if it might be actually cheaper to order from US to Canada.
It might be. Yeah,
Like-
or just sneak across the border and grab what you want and take it home.
Yeah.
But I've seen your TV shows. It's really hard to get into Canada. Like, it's crazy hard.
Okay, you're going on
No,
the
there's
tangent
super.
now.
No, there's a TV show all about it.
Someone's
It's crazy.
crossing the border illegally as we
Yes.
speak. I am coming for your kitty mugs.
Yeah. Just grab all the stuff. We should just have a day where you're allowed to do that.
Since we're on this, guys, so if there's any kind of question about the order, or a problem with the order, or it's sent to wrong address, or whatever, email us through the store website. We are actually not fulfilling the orders. We're waiting about 24 hours or even slightly more before we start, because people realize they made a mistake, they email, so nothing has gone into production yet. So if anything needs to be adjusted, drop us a line through the store. Please don't do it through the main website because it's not gonna go to the right place.
No, we actually have a person, a very capable person that's on this.
Yes, she is basically
Yeah, they said
handling
She
it.
is capable and
And
highly
I can provide in
motivated.
the comments on the blog. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little bit different. So reach out to us through the website. I saw a comment on the blog, and this poor lady was like, "Okay, hey, I ordered a gift for my friend, and now it's coming to my address." And I was like, "I've got you. Let me know your new address.
can fix that.
I will fix it for you,
Yeah.
no problem. Because I can basically adjust it at just about anything. With the only thing I cannot mess with, like I can issue a refund, I can issue partial refunds. The only thing I cannot mess with is the actual financial charges. So let us know. We'll do our absolute best to accommodate you.
Yeah.
BDH is the book devouring horde. You're going to get about 1 million messages now with everyone explaining that we are the book devouring horde, and we know everything, and we take down Audible and
Yes, apparently.
Yeah, and that was,
apparently.
They were salty as hell.
They were salty, yes. Audible
They were
was a little
mad
bit
as hell.
salty,
Like,
yes.
well, you're the ones that put up a pirated book, dumbass. Don't be mad at us.
And someone had an audacity to tell one of the readers, like, "Oh no, we verify." Like, no, you
No, you
did
don't.
not verify crap. That whole episode is just terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I don't even want to talk about it. We got it
there's a whole
down.
release week vortex when things start to happen, and they're not always the best of things, but
we make the best of it,
We
the
make the best
dragon
of
has
it.
been
Yeah.
vanquished.
Yeah.
Yep, we make the best of it. And love it or hate it, Audible provides audiobooks to so many people. So many.
Yeah.
And so, yes, we work with them, we do our best. They were very accommodating with actually pulling it down super quick. Like they prioritized us. Usually this takes a lot longer. They were like, "Oh no, yank." And so we're very grateful for that, because yes, it was only on the site for 4 days. Huge thanks to the reader who
Whoever
supported
caught it,
it.
yeah. Thank you guys so
Sherry,
much.
thank you so much. If
Yes.
you can hear us at some point. Thanks so much, Sherry, for letting us know.
Yeah, that's a good call. I was shocked. I was like, what are you
so
talking about?
shocked.
We were amazed. Like, wait, this isn't real, is it? Like,
And for a second, we always strive for a very wide distribution from business point of view. So we're on a lot of sort of smaller sites and this and that. And for a second, there was a moment where I was staring at it and I was like, "Did we authorize
we?"
this?"
yeah, we didn't know. We weren't sure. We had to ask our agent.
And she's like, "Oh no, 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 no!" And you could tell right away, because in the sample, Simon was pronounced as Simon.
Simon.
And
That's what threw me off straight away.
I was like,
We
"Who's
knew.
Simon?"
Yeah, I listened to it,
Maggie.
and my first thought was like, I didn't authorize this. I don't know.
Yes,
who
he was the
authorized
voice of
it.
reason. He was like, "Nope, this is
We would
this is
never
counterfeit."
have. Yeah, it's Fugazi.
We actually,
but happier news that we are going to have a legit copy, right?
We need
You
to
are.
let
Magic
dogs
now.
out.
you are absolutely.
Small black dogs. Do you need out?
Do you have that clip?
I do.
Okay, we've got the
To
clip for
mention
you to
that
play.
next.
Hold on a second.
So, are we going to
Bradley, are
wait
you okay?
for Gordon to come back?
He's
so
coming
we
back.
have
He
a
just-
few surprises that are going to happen during the Zoom. And we're half an hour
Oh.
in now, so it's probably time for the first surprise, right?
Oh.
Yep.
Speaking of Audible and audiobooks and all that other good stuff, I'm very proud and happy to share with you a video of the new narrator that everyone loved when we published a little sample of Magic Tides and Magic Claims.
Oh.
So let's get her on so we can all say hello.
Is it Hillary?
It is Hillary.
Hillary!
Yep. Right, just screen, yep. And then we take a video. Here she goes.
Ah.
Hello, Ilona Andrews fans. Narrator Hillary Huber here with a little insight into the recording of Magic Tides
very good. As someone who's been in K-12 since almost you started publishing, I think she really gets it, and I'm very excited to hear the whole production. I really enjoy her Conlon voice, so I'm very excited for everyone to give the feedback on that.
We finally figured out, and the credit for this idea completely goes to Rasana, because she basically, we're trying to figure out how are we going to do audio pronunciation. Before, we called in with a cell phone, and the reception sometimes wasn't good, and she was like, why don't we just do a Google Drive? So we literally have a Google Drive filled with clips of basically different weird, pronunciations, the, snarling all of the spells and all of the stuff. And so it is super brilliant, because the narrator can just go back and recheck and say, okay, how did we pronounce this? How do we pronounce that? And we don't have to redo it every single time. I love it to pieces, and that's why Modar is brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
I mean, huge props goes particularly to Maura, who was our Gaelic consultant. So we really tried, guys, with the name pronunciations, with all the languages, to get sort of either native speakers or Ilona did all the language of power words. So what you hear is going to be as authentic as all the efforts could get it to be. And I really hope on the 4th of July is the aim.
Yes.
Book bundle, so both Magic Tides and Magic Claims.
We really could not.
Yeah.
We can't give you a very specific date, because again, we're running against the self-publishing issues where we upload the file and they take however long they take to sort of get it processed. So July 4th should be enough time for them to process everything. Should be is operative word. So we're hoping against hope that everything lines up, and July 4th is where you can have it. But like I said, the recording is done. The quality check, I believe, is done also.
Yes.
So we are good to go. We're just it's just the processing time and the upload. And part of the reason is we're using Dreamscape, and this has been an incredibly excellent partnership for us. Not only they increased our sales, which is yes, I'm a capitalist basically when it comes to money. I like money. I want to be paid. Yay. Children need food and help and all the stuff. But the most important thing is that we are distributed very widely. The libraries that couldn't get us before now can get us. There's certain websites out there that are for, let's say, visually impaired, that offer discount books. We're in there. So we're trying our absolute best to basically be as widely available with our work as possible. Dreamscape enables us to do that. And the trade-off, it takes a little bit longer to get stuff out there. But yes, if you're an author and you're on I'm plugging Dreamscape here for some reason.
Oh yeah, well, why not?
But if you're an author and you're on the fence whether or not to partner, they really do make you more money.
Someone was asking if the book paid for the roof repairs. Did it? I have no idea.
We won't know, because here's the thing. Most retailers pay us 90 days from now. So we'll tell you in 90 days that we paid or not.
Yeah. I know who paid for it in the meantime.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But,
someone said that they had audio issues. Please let us know if you can hear us. This will also be recorded. Either this session or Saturday's session will also be recorded and put on YouTube and all the usual stuff. So sorry if you couldn't hear the sharing with Hillary. It will be shared on the website.
Yes,
well.
no worries. Everything that happens here,
you guys can, and hopefully if it was an issue, it will be resolved.
Yeah, we'll absolutely upload it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so we've got audiobooks. Actually, I saw a question go by. Updates about graphic audio, and in particular, everyone wants to know if graphic audio will adapt the Wilmington series.
It's a little too early. They have an entire Kate catalog to go through. Then they will have the Sweep of the Heart. And then once they're done with all that, if they still like us, which is, it's a lot of work, if they still like us and we're still kind of making the money, I'm sure that Wilmington Files can be adapted. We will basically do our absolute best to get Small Magics to you, the legitimate copy.
Yeah.
We will probably again work with Hillary and Michael, just like we're doing for Wilmington Files. So the current POV will be voiced by the current dude. And then Hillary will do the voices of Kate, and probably younger Julie. So I think that this will be a much better quality audiobook than whatever was uploaded to Audible. I'm still
That was
so salty.
terrible. Yeah, no, that was awful. No, we both really like Hillary and Michael, so we, for continuity, purposes, yes, we'd like, to use them for Small Magics if we can. If there's Wilmington 3, obviously, we would want that. We would want the same.
Yeah, we want the same. We want everything to be the same.
No, you can't backpedal it now if there's a Wilmington 3.
Well,
there will be a Wilmington 3.
Who knows? I can't predict. I'm not Nostradamus, Madar. I don't know what's going to happen in the world.
He's
Who
trying to be
knows?
sneaky over there.
No, but that would definitely be our preference.
Yes.
Right. So I think we've
Caroline,
exhausted
unfortunately, I don't know how we could make the captions for Zoom, but all of this will be recorded and there will be captions for that. So it will be recorded, there will be subtitles, it will be uploaded, and you can kind of watch it at your leisure. So we promise you, you will not miss anything. It's just, we don't know how we can caption this. I especially with my accent, it will probably, even if we could, it will probably be a mess.
even my accent really, like the captions struggle, but I usually do a transcript on the blog.
I think
so-
your accent is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do I.
In college, I was like, man, I'm sitting behind the Baroness.
Don't say.
Baroness from
Damn
G.I.
it.
Joe.
So he's on.
Imagine how thrilled I was. I was like, hell yeah.
So he's on all the action figure sites, right? And there's a huge fandom of the G.I. Joe figures, right? And for some reason, they're unreasonably obsessed with Baroness.
Don't look into it, guys.
Like
you will
don't look into it.
deeply regret
Yeah,
it.
it's just terrible. And I'm like,
disturbing.
what the hell is going on through your heads? Like, come on. Ugh.
Oh, dinner's ready somewhere.
Right. Let's go back because there are a lot of clammy questions.
Oh God.
Clammy question.
Why are the clams magic? Someone asked. So, well, that's the magic is in the
Because
heart
the
of
tides
the
are
clam.
magic.
That's for everyone to decide.
Yeah, the ties are magic, so the clams have to be.
Yes.
Of course, yes.
Oh, we are punning like awesome.
Because the titles have to have magic in them, guys. That's
Yes, that's it.
That's the rule.
Especially for the Magic Tides, because we're bringing the series out after a long kind of retirement, and it was supposed to be over. We had to go with very classic. It's like girl, sword, lion, magic does something, So yes, that's why.
Yeah, we kind of got roped into that when it started. Like, what was it? Magic bites.
Yeah.
Magic burns.
Well, no, and Anne wanted to name Magic Burns Moon Growls, and we wouldn't let her.
No, Lord, no.
I have to admit, like, I tried to know pretty much everything about the books. The one thing I cannot know is the titles in order of Kate Daniels.
Oh, I don't even.
Yeah, I
know
don't
that
think
yet.
I know
Yeah.
Magic Rises because everyone complains
Well, let's
about
see.
Magic
Okay,
Rises.
let's see. Magic Bites, Magic Burns, Magic Strikes,
Strikes.
Magic Bleeds, Magic Slays. No,
It's five,
Magic
yes.
Magic Slays,
Slays
Magic
five.
Rises, Magic Breaks, Magic Shifts, Magic Binds,
Binds.
Magic Triumphs.
That's it.
Hey, I couldn't do that if you put a gun to my head. I'm like, I don't know, man.
You get a fishy now. You get a clam.
Yeah, there you
Yes,
go.
I get the small
You're doing a
small
trick.
award. Yes, thank you.
That's gonna be my party trick one day. All the magic. Let's see what was the next really important question. Now that Kate knows about Julie's appearance change, will she find out what Julie's about? Someone even asked, is Era going to tell her? and I just really wanted to
No,
clarify.
guys, no, 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 no.
No.
They're taking the prophecy very seriously, okay? And I don't want to basically I try not to always, I always try to not push the readers towards a certain interpretation. But like, you gotta ask yourself, why is Era on Kate's case? Like, get things, come out of retirement, get people, get support, get land, get money. And then from the other side, Roland is like, I would be so proud of you if you had land and support.
If you
and
just
like,
used your magic.
if
the
you could just,
magic of the
claim some
bloodline.
land, please, I would be so proud. I tell you, you did good. I would be a happy father. You had to ask yourself, why are they basically pushing her as hard as they can? Because here's the thing, Roland knows. Because you guys, read that short story, I assume, if somebody missed it.
King of Fire.
The King of Fire. So Roland knows what's going on. So they're trying to do their absolute best to maneuver her in the most defensible position they could put her in, which is in the middle of the territory she claimed. That's kind of how it goes.
But she won't know. You guys, if Kate finds out about the prophecy, specifically the prophecy, not that Julie has changed, not that Julie is doing something, but specifically the prophecy, Kate will die. Like, everything that Julie's doing will be in vain, right?
It's actually not that clear cut. So
Right.
the prophecies themselves, right, despite the best efforts of Witch Oracle, are kind of vague. So,
Right.
what we know for sure is Julie personally cannot tell Kate about the prophecy. Okay?
And they
We know
cannot
that
meet, or she cannot go home.
she cannot go home, right? So Julie cannot go home. We know that. Everything else is kind of amorphous. Can somebody else tell Kate about the prophecy? Well, we don't know, but we're not going to risk it. That's how her extended family is looking at this. We're not going to take that chance.
And the only one who can kind of change the outcome of things is Julie. That's why
Yes.
it's so important to see where she goes. And now Era's not gonna spoil it for her. She's not gonna give it away.
No. Era has her hands full. There's things that are happening with the political climate of United States where, the shift hit the federal government very badly, and now it's regrouping. Why? Because safety in numbers safety still in numbers. And so they're regrouping, they're trying to return the, social services to a reasonable state. They're trying to kind of, shore up the military, make cities safer, all those things. And so one of the part of the things that they're doing is they're reaching out to individual powers, and attempting to kind of recruit them to, in essence, work with or for federal government.
Yeah.
So, for example, the Angevin is one of those people. They looked at the order and they said, "This is kick-ass. We need this. We need this to be a federal
Yes, and
thing."
if you could bring all these powers, even nominally, under the umbrella of the federal government, then it's even the idea people just would accept that the federal government has power again. You know what I mean? It's a perception of them like.
Yeah.
And I would think Era would be such a power. Oh, should I let Momo in?
No.
Oh, poor Mona. She's so good. She's my little bear pig. I love her.
Someone was asking about how much do sort of local people know about what's going on in the country? Like, do Atlanta people know what's going on at the level of the federal government? Is the media sort of still around, or are they just
Of course,
reporting about
in the
local
first
stuff?
book, Kate is watching TV.
And hold
know.
your horses. Someone particular in Atlanta knows exactly what the government is doing. Tell me I'm wrong.
Okay. And you say I'm bad with the hints.
I am.
Hints.
And
Okay.
so I didn't say what it rhymes with.
Okay, don't say what it is.
Okay. Oh, Simon doesn't count.
No, Simon doesn't count. Simon kind of, he kind of hit. It really traumatized him. He is very, it's very difficult for him to deal with violence. So, you know, the events of Magic Triumphs are just like literally knocked him on his butt. So he hid for a while. And he was trying to kind of rebuild himself in secret, but then of course now Julie knows, so it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's in Blood Air.
You know, so you know, he's
Unless
gonna
we cut
probably no, it's still in there. So he's gonna probably
Yeah.
come out of retirement. He's also too good of a character to waste just sitting there. You know,
Yeah.
people are like, well, why is he so perverted? Well, he's not necessarily perverted, even though like Derek refers to him as a pervert.
The pervert, yeah.
It's the fact that it's not the fact that he has sex with random people in a random shapes. It's the fact that he doesn't care about any of it. Like he is so completely egoistical and basically
He's a
focused.
hedonist, yeah.
Yeah, that Derek sees that lack of empathy and care as a perversion. So, and he's not wrong, because yes, you know, you can't just indiscriminately sleep with people. Eventually somebody catches feelings, there's drama, there's problems, and Simon doesn't care about any of it.
Yeah, I'd say it's more the fact that he's amoral. He's
Yes, complete amorality.
Amoral.
He's
yeah.
a complete hedonist, you know, he doesn't really care about the consequences. That's really for Derek what Derek can't stand
Yes,
about him.
because Derek is all about the consequences. Okay, he has a whole face full of consequences, you know?
Well,
and,
the cage thing, they're right.
yeah.
Anna Felipe's right.
Yeah, and the cage thing, yeah.
You keep torturing us with Derek, but are we going to hear at least from Derek, because no one's mentioning him in the Wilmington years.
Well, I mean,
we
he's
wanna know
gone.
why.
He's been gone for like, I think, what, 2 or 3 years
He's
at that
still
point?
up in Alaska at that point.
Yeah, he's still up in Alaska.
Guys,
and-
Alaska's pretty
But he's
far
not
from
keeping in touch
Wilmington.
with Kate and Carl.
No, he's
No.
not keeping in touch with Kate and Karen.
No.
So, okay, minor spoiler. If you read the Blood Air 1, you will see that Derek was very attached to the priest, right? To the
Haywood,
who
yeah.
died, Father Haywood. And so the thing is, at the time, Derek was going through some serious crisis. It was a religious crisis. It was a crisis of faith. It was a crisis of identity. And because of that, Father Haywood helped him. But what resulted out of that is Derek realized he had to leave and go out on his own and be kind of a new person. Sort of start over with a new identity, start over in a place where nobody knew what he was about. It was a choice. He talked about it with Karen. He left.
Yeah.
You know, and Karen respected that. Derek will come back when it's time.
Yeah, and then Kate and Curran left. I mean, you know.
Then Kate and Karen left and went to Wilmington. So it's kind of all split up, but
Yeah.
inevitably it will all come together.
So that's what I like, the part where the Julie goes back to Atlanta. It's a very different Atlanta
It's a very different Atlanta.
from the
yes.
Kate series, and we wanted that. We wanted it to be.
Yeah, kind of more of a, you know, wild west sort of, because while Kate was there, everybody sort of behaved, and it was kind of, you know, because she was like that equivalent of a magic nuke. It's like, okay, we can't push things too far because here's the magic nuke.
Well, and they had that
But they
council.
also really suffocated her, didn't
Yes,
they?
it did.
It did, but they had a really tight lid on everything for a while.
Yep.
You know, they remember there was a scene they would all meet. You know, they
Yeah,
the
they had
people
the
and
yeah.
the pack,
Clan
and
meeting.
so they kept a very. And then imagine just people leave and everything just kind of.
Yes, you know, because
Overflows.
even when, I believe, what was it? Was it Magic? I want to say, was it Magic Slays where they were the keepers? Magic Slays, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Even there, when there's
the lighthouse.
when there's
Yeah,
this
yeah.
basically there's
Magic
this,
Slaves.
you know, they come all together for this kind of summit, and it's like, you know, and you hear go with the Russians. Oh, one son is a doctor, while the other son is a lawyer, and the third is a serial killer in training. You know, and at some point, Kern has to roar to make this stop. You know, so. You know, the druids are fighting with everybody. It's just the whole thing ends up kind of, because there was nobody really in charge. There was nobody in charge of Atlanta. And like it or not, you know, there's a reason why we elect a president or, you know, a prime minister or a head of state. Because we as humans require that one person who is definitively kind of in charge. You know, and here's the thing, Atlanta didn't have it. It kind of had it with Kate and Curran for a while.
And then-
They left, and then things are just fell apart.
Right. I do have more questions, but it's now 1 hour in, and I think it's time for our next surprise.
Okay,
Oh,
is
yeah.
it my turn?
It's your turn now.
It's my turn.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
my gosh. Okay, hold on. All right. Okay, I'm gonna share screen. You disabled my screen sharing.
Did I?
Yes.
In multiple. There you go.
Okay.
It's freaking
Share
freezing,
screen.
Mr. Renor.
Okay. Share. Okay. Can you see the URL? Hope we can see the URL. Yeah.
Ilona-andrews.com /
Okay, yeah, look right here.
/heroes.
Okay, that is a goodie for you to read after the chat. Wait, after the chat, not while the chat's going, after the chat. Okay?
Yeah.
It's a little tiny goodie from the Wilmington. It's just a thank you for being here. Thank you so much for coming out to support us.
How do we get it?
We really appreciate it. You go to that URL right there.
I can't see it.
Here it is.
Can you guys see it?
Yes. I will copy it. I will copy it, and then how do I turn off the sharing? Okay. I'm gonna stop sharing, right? I should stop
I
sharing.
have no idea.
I stopped it for you
Okay, thank you. And I'm gonna actually paste it into the chat.
in the
There
chat.
we go.
Ta-da! Okay.
Do you do it? But don't go now. Wait.
So I turn.
Oh crap! Suki's here.
How can I turn this off? Okay. There we go. I got it. All right. So you can read it and you can lord it over other people who didn't attend the chat
Yeah.
and tell them that you have secret Wilmington goodies that they cannot have. We will actually post all of this later on the blog, but not for a while. So this is your secret thing.
Everyone else will have it as well. Yeah.
Yep.
How did you get the idea of all the Ice Age animals and creatures and shifters and villain?
It was kind of a layered process. So we wanted to be, we really wanted to do a very, very ancient power.
You missed it. It was subtle, but product placement.
Yes, I saw that. Product placement from Rosanna.
Yeah.
Haha.
There you go.
I like the mugs, I'll be honest with you. Like, I
Yeah,
pulled the
no.
BDH mug today out of my dishwasher
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yes, it's
look
held
at this.
up. It held
It's
up
still
pretty
okay.
well.
Yeah.
I used it the other day because somebody took my first mate cup. And they washed it.
I'm a dummy. But okay, so here's what we were going. So we knew there was going to be a hill, and under the hill there was going to be hiding a power, right? And then as we were researching the hills, we came upon these hills in Alaska that are actually kind of basically giant chunks of ice that melt. And then I kept forgetting what the hills are called. Conlon says it, I forgot again. But basically, I kept forgetting them, and I kept throughout the narrative, I kept searching for the hills in Alaska, and for some reason they were remarkably difficult to find every single time. At some point, I bookmarked it, and I still lost it. Are you gonna go?
I know
Sheila?
she's. Oh, I'm gonna let her in. I don't know what the hell.
One second, I'm sorry.
Sorry, very elderly
Our
bulldog.
very elderly bulldog is slowly losing her
Come
mind.
on, Suki Jean.
Suki,
Silky.
Suki, come on.
Suki, look at me.
Suki Jean,
Come on, let's go inside.
Suki, come inside.
Come on, let's go inside.
Come
I
inside.
have a nice rug. Have a nice rug you can lay on. There you are.
Yeah, we're just not.
No, don't get bread.
No, don't get bread.
Don't get bread. You're nasty.
Okay, Suki,
Suki,
come
no,
on,
no.
come lay down. Come lay
Now
down.
lay down.
Suki Jean.
Good job. No, you're safe. You're okay. No, right there.
Right
You're
there.
Good. Super good.
Good job.
Yeah, you're pretty. Everyone can see
Good
you.
job.
Beautiful.
Good job. So sorry. She's very elderly, and we get like a response maybe 25% of the time now. So that's why you hear me go like, "Suki, come inside." It has to be exactly the same tone of voice every time. Otherwise, it freaks her out. So
She is pretty. She's
She
a pretty
is-
girl.
yep, she's just
She's our work
very old. The work dog is getting old.
Old and gray. It's okay, sweetie.
You're okay.
Oh,
You're
so-
okay.
She's usually napping when we have these Zooms, and you can hear her little rumbly snore.
She's been sleeping more and more, unfortunately.
She sleeps almost like 20 hours a
Yeah,
day.
she
more.
sleeps a lot. Oh no, guys! Someone was asking about Dell. No, Dell passed.
Dell passed several years ago.
She was probably 14 or 15,
Yeah.
which is pretty good for a Doberman. So,
Yeah, and it's just, you know, I still haven't been able to get another one. So one day. Anyway,
Anyway, let's
Ice Age powers, right? So,
Yes.
you know, then we decided to do Ice Age power. Then it was basically kind of struggle to figure out how to do that in a way that. So people have a lot of very strange theories regarding who came to North America first, what the original, sort of, not original, but like the earliest inhabitants, let's say, of North America looked like. And we just didn't want to touch any of that because we wanted to do something completely different. So, and then it was kind of natural synergy. Oh, it's a hill. There's ancient power under the hill. Under the hill, you know, and then it, of course, then it kind of fell together, and that's kind of how we came up with it. It was kind of gradual for us.
Yeah, for me, it's that, you know, when I was a kid in the 70s, maybe it was a revival of dinosaur interest, but dinosaurs were a big deal. And I was always more drawn to the megafauna and megaflora, you know, like at the La Brea tar pits, you know, the what they used to call saber-tooth cat, now it's Smilodon, or, you know, the mammoths. Like, to me, that was really more interesting than, you know, dinosaurs that lived millions of years ago. The idea that there are some things that we may have coexisted with, you know.
Yeah, and it gave us a very strange symmetry to where, you know, in essence, the story is about Kate and Curran kind of accepting who they are and returning to their full power, in a sense, and
going into like a new phase in their life.
exactly, yes, and because of that, you know, Kate kind of got to take down somewhat of an evil version of her, and Curran got to fight kind of precursor at first, you know.
A werelion first.
A werelion first, and that was it turned out sort of, I'd love to say that we planned it that way, from it we didn't. It just kind of turned out that way, and when it happened, we were very happy with it. So
There are a lot of symmetries actually. With the heart, for example, that was my favorite because I love imagining a scene with Kate and Julie when they finally reunite and they share how their men, what they did with the hearts of creatures. Were like, well, at least you didn't eat it.
yes, there's got to be a thing where one of them rips a heart out, and the two of them are like, here we go again.
Here we go. These two.
And it made me chuckle. One of the many questions, of course, about what is going to happen in the future and how will this new keep be developed and how are they going to plan this new utopic pack that mixes both shifters and humans and stuff like that. Amongst all of those questions was like, so they're really going to have a Jurassic Park with all those different animals.
Not Jurassic, I mean,
but
you know,
what does
an Ice Age.
I don't actually. I'm so sorry. I'm ashamed. I don't know what the era is called at the end of the Ice Age.
I want to say that too. Is that right?
I don't think.
No, you and I are thinking along the same lines. I'm not sure if that's the right.
I don't know. I promise you, we had like a entire group of experts as beta readers.
It was beta readers assemble.
Anthropologists, paleontologists, we had a botanist, we had a zoologist, and you know, and a lot of times it was like, well, yes, you know, this is fiction, but this is really wrong. You know, so it's like, you know, but I think it's so much fun to allow them to have basically those prehistoric animals, to allow to have megafauna, to have basically, you know, I probably never told Brad. Brad is our technical support today. We actually have a mastodon called Mona.
Oh, really?
Because it's like that.
I stole it.
Is she named after the little
she's
It's
named
confirmed now. It's canon.
it's canon. So she's Shaggy.
Poor Mona. Like Ilona calls her Demona. I call her Mobo. I have no idea. Like
Mona is a sweetheart.
She's super sweet.
Sweet. But
Actually, the jumping rhino, the sort of excited rhino. Well,
They
poster
do
scene of
that.
Rhino,
I
that
know.
really reminds me of Perito.
But the
around.
baby rhinos apparently, like, there's apparently not a lot of difference between baby rhinos and baby goats in a way they basically act, except baby goats can get a lot more of a lift, but baby rhinos kind of sort of stomp around and try. So and that's the thing. Like, I'm sure Owen feels terrible about having killed the rhino, even though it was dying, even though
Yeah, and we tried to we really struggled with that to well, we kind of have to make it so that really, in a weird way, he's kind of putting it out of its misery. It's in a terrible amount of pain. Horrible things have been done.
Yes, how do we? Because really, there's so few rhinos left in the world. We really feel bad about killing a fictional one, so we had to make it in such a way that it was basically not, not a healthy,
Gratuitous.
yeah, not a healthy animal that they're just slaughtering there. It's like really terrible.
Plus, it made her really bad too. It's like, oh, she did this.
Yeah,
But
You really start hating the.
Yeah, but we feel bad in
Queen.
video games when we kill wolves in our role playing games because they cry.
I'm sitting there.
I can't do that cry that
I'm
they
sitting
do.
in Salasta, and whoever designed the wolves, right, in that game is a sadist, because it's like, okay, so the wolves attack you and you kill them, and every time they kill them, it's like, oh, I'm dying, and I'm like, oh my god, and there's no way to
It's
avoid
sad,
those fights.
yeah.
It's so sad, and I'm like, why would you torture us like this?
I know, I make fun. I'm like, you savage.
And then and so I kill the wolves, and I'm all bummed out because the wolves
They
dies, and
cry
he's
pitifully.
like, oh, this is our
Coco. Also not
newest granddog, Coco.
Yes.
The Coco is so sweet.
Someone's
Coco's the
asking more
sweetest.
pets. Oh,
More
you
claim-
poor
disclaimer.
No,
These are not our
these are
pets.
not our pets. Our daughter is temporarily with us before she's hopefully moving out to the new home,
These are grand dogs.
and so these are granddogs.
Coco's a rescue.
Coco is the best.
Believe it or
granddog.
not, they found her in a dumpster.
Yeah, kissy
Someone
kissy.
threw her away,
Kissy kissy.
which is
Coco
terrible.
is the best granddog.
She's a very
Yes,
sweet
she
girl.
is.
Hey, sweetie.
You had at some point. You had about 5 at home, right?
What do we have now?
5 puppies.
6? There's 6 in the
I think
house
there's
now?
6 right this second,
Yeah.
but that's because everybody's here.
When it's just us,
It's
we'll have 2 dogs.
three dogs.
Baby?
It's Suki, Baby, and Tubby.
Yeah.
And you're not seeing Tubby before somebody else. Unfortunately, Tubby has a slip disc, and so Tubby is on bed rest. And they gave the guy the gabapentin, and so he is super
A little bit high.
Yeah, and the best thing is just for him to rest right now. So
Yes, but that's why he is not here. Otherwise, he would pose for you.
He
You're
would
just
be in the lab.
smiling, huh?
Are you?
The lab
You might be a new
luxury.
camera dog.
Yeah.
So are we going
Camera dog
to
Coco.
see the shifters the few shifters that got saved in the end? Are we going to see them in future books?
Yes, of
I
course.
think so,
A
but
few
they'll
pre-storage.
probably stay there. Imagine, it's a very scary the world. So as sad as it is, they're probably going to stick around.
Yeah, they're gonna stick around, sort of, and they're safe there.
Yeah,
and
they're
we
safe.
see the two basically kind of precursor Fae people, the hunters. They also will be there, and there'll be more communication, and it's very interesting because when the hunters communicate with her, it's very formal.
Yes.
Like it's almost like going through a kind of ritual. Like it's like, "Good morning, Kate." Like, yes, good morning. So it has to be the same way. They're very interesting kind of. They're not human, and so it's very in a traditional Homo sapiens kind of way. And so because of that, it's we wanted to do really kind of alien feeling sort of interactions, and so we'll see if we succeed. We're gonna try.
Yeah.
Speaking of being very formal with Kate, everyone's very fascinated with Rimouche and with his father.
Oh.
And they want to know if they're going to be featured in future books. Are they going to
Yes.
stay with Kate?
Yes.
Are they going to bring the other people that they mentioned, the other,
Yes.
I call them the Heir 10, the ones that were present when Roland wrote her name in the Book of Heirs?
Yeah, the blades basically.
Yeah,
Yes,
the blades.
they're coming. You know, Rimush is still embedded with Barrett, and then the
Right.
third one, Barrett gets a big surprise because
Oh.
Rimush is like. The thing about the owls, right, is they're very excellent spies. That's what they do, you know. And so, but not all blades are owls. Do you see what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like Jushur and Rimush are owls. They're kind of almost spy, sort of in a way.
Yeah.
They infiltrate, they gather information, they pretend to be more than they are or less than they are, you know. And but the other people are not necessarily of the same type of blades. You know, there's some that are more straight fighters, and then there's some that don't fight at all. They're scholars, you know. So it's a little bit different. Roland was very selective who he basically assembled to go into sleep with him. And
Yeah.
surprisingly, they all followed him, which was kind of like a big gamble. You know, you're giving up whatever's left of your lifespan in hopes that you wake up in the future. Well, maybe not.
And that when you wake up, because that's sort of what we glean about Rimush's sort of personal trauma. When you wake up, you're not really in your world, but he in particular, he was very young, right, when he went into
Yeah.
sleep with Roland.
Yeah.
So he didn't really get to kind of be a hero in his own timeline.
Yes, he
So
was
now
like
Yeah.
he's
he was basically a teenager, and then, you know, he had this path. He was going to be a blade. He was going to be at the top, basically important. He was going to do work that mattered. He was going to serve a better
Yeah.
power, you know, all of those things, and none of that occurred, and he became disillusioned with Roland.
Yeah, I mean, imagine you're up and coming in the company, and then the company gets sold or the company goes out of business. You know, he never really got his chance to like
so
be as
now
great
Kate
as his
is
father.
his
Yeah.
chance.
Now Kate's the chance.
Kate is the chance, yes.
Yeah.
And everyone's very curious about the extent of Rimush's powers. So we know that he can navigate vampires very successfully. And we know that, of course, he is the sword, so he's very proficient with a sword. Are there any more surprises in
You have to
store
wait
from
and
him?
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil that, guys. Let's
Well, I tried. Right. The other question that came in that was quite. All right. People are asking about Maggie, which we're kind of going to address more or less. Gordon, how do you feel? about
I
telling
really
us
like
things about
Maggie. I don't want to do any spoilers for Maggie. I really enjoy Maggie. And it's nice because it's a thing that I feel like it's a new thing for us.
It's a new thing, it's different, and it's surprisingly it is sticking with people that read it. Like, our agent wasn't super wild about it at first because she was like, well, this is kind of weird, you know, where's it gonna fit? And it's also a departure for us because usually we'll stay kind of urban fantasy, variation of the modern world in a way,
Yeah.
you know. This is not that, this is alternate world. And so because of that, you know, she was kind of hesitant. And then later when we discussed this, you know, sort of the future direction, what we're doing and everything, and, you know, we kind of asked her, so what do you think? She's like, Maggie. Yes, because there's something about her that grows in us. In a sense, she's kind of an embodiment, I guess, of a lot of readers, fans, just in general fans of things. You know, she's very relatable, and you know she does and says things that are very, I think, will resonate very well with anybody who's ever been like a huge fan of like a creative franchise, like a movie or a book or a computer game. If you ever were like super duper in, I think Maggie will speak your language. Let's say it that way.
For us special interest people.
Yes, we're
yeah.
all special interest people.
Yeah.
Yeah. The people want to know if you're going to continue self-publishing or if Maggie might be traditionally published.
We don't know
don't
yet.
know.
The
Yeah.
answer is we don't know yet. We would like
Yeah.
to have it done, and then our agent has some ideas. But the thing is that Maggie, because it's a brand new thing, and that's also what it is. It's not connected to anything. It's like all the things we've talked about tonight have been like, Wilmington
Sequels.
3, Iron and Magic 2, Blood Air. This is something that there's no previous thing of it for us, like a brand new thing. So we have to get with our agent.
Yes, we have
And
to get with
figure
our
out
agent, figure it out.
What's the best way to see it published?
We're wondering if we could possibly reach kind of a little bit beyond our regular crowd. We are super grateful for all of our readers and our fans. VDH is the best fandom ever, and that's just the truth of it. I will fight anybody who says otherwise. But we would like to make VDH bigger. So to be able to do that, we're not sure yet how we're gonna go about it. Would it be better to have hardbacks available in stores? Would it be better to sort of go with a publisher who understands how to navigate promotion in a new age? Sort of, how do you do the TikTok? How do you reach the audience? Where are they? Because when we started, there were blogs. There were urban fantasy blogs, paranormal blogs. You went on the blogs, you advertised on the blogs, and most of them kind of died down. There's a few still active, but that huge marketplace that you could, where readers gathered and you could market your work to, it's just not
Let
there.
alone conventions, guys. Remember RWA,
RT, yeah.
The publishing world is so different than when we started in 2007.
Yeah, one of the
That's
last things that happened
hugely
at
different.
RT that we experienced personally is they gave us the Life Achievement Award, right? And so I'm walking off the stage with this next to him, and I have a dress, and he's holding me in case I, nosedive forward. So basically walking off with it, and I'm like, this thing is cursed, when you get Lifetime Achievement Award. Either like
Yeah, that's it.
something's gonna change, and the next thing you know, the next year possibly the RT was canceled. And I was like, well, I called it.
There you go.
So, but it's really sadness. Somebody actually bought that URL and they're posting reviews on under RT website, but
Really?
but they're not affiliated with RT or
Well,
old
if
RT
they bought
in
it,
any
I
way.
mean-
I guess the domain was for sale and they
Yeah, if they
snagged
bought
it.
the domain, I mean,
But it's just we don't know how to sort of market ourselves to the newer people. If you see behind us, our bookcase has been upgraded, our live stream has been upgraded. You can see we're not grainy anymore, and all of this is thanks to Brad, who is much younger and has.
Brad, you have to come and let everybody see.
you have to wave.
Come on, fancy boy.
I'm indecent.
He's indecent.
He's also remarkably tall, so you just may see part of him.
It's like-
That's Brad.
Hi,
That's Brad. So Brad is super amazing at marketing. He's amazing at Facebook ads. He's amazing basically at setting up all of this. We got the new cool graphic that you saw. Okay, none of this would be possible by ourselves. By
Yeah,
the
we're
way,
old.
while I'm doing the plug, if you want to hire Brad, he's available. But yeah, I'm plugging everybody today. But there's times when you say, okay, what are you really good at? I'm really good at writing things. I'm not very good at actually running the store or dealing with business things or keeping to schedule, because if Modar wasn't here, like I would not know that this chat was taking place. Like she literally sent me a link and I put it in my calendar. So what I'm in particular good at is just writing. Gordon is good at a lot more things than I'm good at, but not
That's not
TikTok
true.
or not promotion.
Now I'm old.
So
Guys, there is a Discord server already. It's called the Ilona Andrews Fans.
we have a Discord server,
yeah.
which is nobody's ever on it.
Just nobody's ever on it. Yes, you. And how can you contact? Well, there's a contact form on the blog as
For
well.
Bradley?
I'm just
You're gonna have
answering
to give him
chat.
your
Like, how
digits.
can we contact?
Call
how
Brad.
Can we get to Discord?
Brads are standing
Brad.
by now. Yeah, Brads are standing by
By now, yes.
Got plenty of
They wanna-
them.
yeah.
Better call Brad.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Short
basically,
Brads, tall Brads,
We got them all. Medium, extra medium
Yeah.
sized.
Venezuelan Brads, Russian Brads.
You named it.
you name it, yes. So that's what it is. We are, we are doing as much as we can by ourselves to kind of reach a bigger audience. We don't know if the publisher would be able to give it to us. If they can, yes, but at the same time, guys, they take 75% of our money.
Yeah.
We get 25% of ebook royalties that the ebook earns when we go through the publisher. That's a lot of money.
What the hell? Yeah.
So I don't know. The short and long answer of this is Ilona knows nothing. You know nothing, Jon Snow. There you go.
Yeah, Elvis once said very famously, like, he's like, I don't write them, man, I just sing them. So we just stick to what we know.
Yeah, we
what to
stick
do.
with what we know, and we trust our agent to make the best business decision for us, and we trust, everybody else to sort of do their part. That's it.
Right, so let's get back to the book because we're actually
That was a
nearing
big
the
crowd.
end. But I hope everyone had fun. Let's get back to one of the most difficult questions. What was your favorite scene to write? Because we can't decide what our favorite scene to read was.
For the magic claims, what did we have a lot of fun with?
The fight outside. There was the tiger was there for it.
Oh yeah, it's the one where it's just absolute madness, right? And basically,
Why do we have an extra were-tiger?
and then at the end of it, she's like, "Why do we have an extra were-tiger?" But the funniest part of that particular fight for me personally was Kern. So he gets, he hears this whole alarm, right? And so he's like, okay, well, she's probably in there doing something, she probably shouldn't be doing. So he runs on the ball, and there's just this incredibly chaotic scene. There's people in freaky outfits in the back, right, that are waving their stuffs around, clearly going to do some kind of weird magic. There's a giant spiked rhino in bone armor running towards them, and there's his wife on a were buffalo, waving her sword, riding forward into the battle and yelling, "Turn, Owen, turn!" And he's like, "Okay, this is what we're doing today." You have to just feel for the guy. He's standing there, he's not even surprised or phased. He's just like, okay, it's Tuesday.
For me, it was a scene where we got to have kind of Roland and Kate and Conlon together. Do you know what I'm saying? Where Conlon is with Roland, and then Kate goes to see her dad.
Yes, and that was an interesting scene. It was really enjoyable.
To me, it's at this point that Roland is pouring all of his will and knowledge into Conlon because he's got a second chance. Kind of.
Yes, and they're trying to kind of just mitigate the damage, and it's such a tight sort of controlling dance on both sides. And then at the same time, you got Conlon who will do whatever he will do. What else did I really like? There were other things that I liked. The final Luther scene where she's like, "Hey, there is a dude here, and he says he's a wizard.
He looks like a Luther.
He looks like a Luther, So there was fun. I like the teapot. I actually didn't laugh that much through the teapot. Usually, I try to crack myself up. I was hyper focused. I was like, so it was very serious face going, "I'm a little teapot, short and stout," So
we actually had to look up the song. What are the words to the song?
we had to look up the song because we couldn't remember.
I don't
But just
either
knew the
of us-
teapot part.
I didn't learn it in as a little kid. I don't know.
No,
why.
I literally watched videos of little kids doing the dance because I didn't remember the dance either. So we did that. Let's see what else was super funny. Oh, the consort, the consort is ever merciful, Keelan is standing there.
No. The consort shift. I don't know. Someone said I was sitting in my bed and I was kicking my legs and squeeing when so shots fired between Joshua and Keelan with oh yeah, the consort is great. Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Yeah, I'm sure
that
he
was
is.
intentional. Yes, that was intentional. Because
yeah, we put that in there.
They are for the owls. Curran is the consort.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they just have different. I just imagine them staring. By each of them behind their chosen person, staring each other down.
Yeah, and honestly, most scenes with Keelan's are hilarious. The whole, starting with Magic Tides, where he comes out of the, basically, rushes by the river, all wet, and he looks at us like, Consort, he's so happy, to see her. And then he gets overwhelmed. He has to go into the corn for a little bit to contain his excitement.
Calm himself. I really see it. I don't know why. It's probably because I'm 5 years old, but the Keelan I really see as Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
That's fair.
Kind of, yes.
Bounce.
Except, Keelan is very, very shrewd. Like, he's sitting basically in Wilmington and he's gathering, they keep sending him young, talented people. And once they go through the gauntlet that is Keelan's basically boot camp for them, they're no longer loyal to the pack necessarily. They're loyal to Keelan. He is very, very smart. And in essence, Keelan sees himself probably more in the Mayhan-like role. Mayhan was the kingmaker. You know what I mean?
He's Mayhan for Conlon.
Yeah, he's kind of Mayhan for Conlon. That's the aim is. He will always basically be a very loyal sort of friend and officer to Curran. But really, if you notice, he is trying to shape Conlon a little bit. Yet another influence that's trying to kind of bring him to a certain level, and it's working. Even if you read the bonus short that we shared with you today, you will see where it worked. There's no names, but you will see where it worked.
We get that link on again.
Here, hold on. I think I still have it copied. Hold on. Boom. Okay, there it is.
There we go. That is your surprise, guys. That's your treat. I hope this was a treat as well. I hope everyone had fun. We're going to have another one on Saturday where we're probably going to go a bit more into spoilers. Maybe. Gordon, how do you feel about it?
Oh, I'm open for it. I have agreed to no such thing. Wait.
I wanted to address something real quick. So somebody in the chat is asking about Patreon. We have decided against Patreon for a couple of reasons. We absolutely do not judge anybody who does it. That's great. But one of our main things about the Patreon is that we want to be widely available to BDH. When we post snippets and shorts and all of that, that's a treat for you. We don't expect you to pay for it. And if we did go with Patreon, although it would generate income, here's the problem. A lot of our readers are located outside of the United States. For them, $1 is a lot more, for example, than it is for us. When you say, oh, I'm going to give her $1 in US, that's not big money. Coming from Russia, I can tell you $1 was a very large amount. So we don't want to really put that paywall in the way of people's enjoyment of our work. We just post it on the blog for you to enjoy, and that's it. No strings attached.
Yeah, I mean, if that way, it's there, and if you buy the books, great, we super appreciate it.
Yep.
If you get them at the library, fantastic.
Super appreciated, yes.
But otherwise it's on the blog and it's not behind a paywall.
Yeah, that's my sort of goodbye message as well. Everything is on the blog. The details of new events, new Zooms, what's coming next, what the plans are. It's all on the blog. It's all accessible, and I'm always in the comments if you.
She's
have
literally
questions.
always in the comments.
Yeah, it's very late, isn't it? Though.
It's very, very late for us,
should go to bed.
guys. We need to wrap this up.
It's crazy late.
Look,
for
I
you,
sleep
isn't it?
when sleep takes me. I want to take the naps, but the naps don't want to take me.
Oh, I can sleep anywhere, dude.
Oh, it says the ex-Navy habit. He literally can sleep in any. If I say the word literally one more time, smack me, please.
No.
He can sleep in any position at the drop of a hat. Like, he can probably sleep standing up if he needed to. It's just like a military thing that's amazing to me.
I knew a guy who could march and be asleep.
Actually, my grandfather has told me one time that when they had a forced march during World War II, they had to put like some people, they would switch occasionally because some people would march and literally kind of go into a zombie state and they would walk off the road if you didn't.
No, the thing at night you have lights and you just follow kind of just half of your brain, even less, just follows the light.
Yeah,
and the
cut out
rest of
the
it
pilot.
is just, yeah, the rest of it's just gone.
I'm so glad you don't do that anymore.
Well, the horde follows the magic clams.
There you go.
Because the soldiers follow the lights, the horde follows the clans. So thank you so much for being with us, and thank you so much everyone who joined, and thank you so much for Magic Claims and all the adventures and the stories that you're going to tell us. And see you all on Saturday.
Thank you, everybody. We had so much
everybody.
fun with you today. Bye.
Thank you.
Love you.
I'm scooting. Momo, watch out. I
Okay.
don't know where you are.
Yay.
Momo! You want to go outside? Oh, there's friend Coco.